Hi, everybody. My name is Jacqueline. I'm the BDM for Pleasant Holidays. Hopefully, we can get you up to speed within 40 minutes, but we have quite a bit of product. So what I wanted to do in terms of spending the time today is just to kind of give you a little overview on what we do, how long we've been doing it, a little features and benefits of like all the bundled package that you can book, and a little bit about kind of getting logged in the beginning, because that's the first important step. Got to get you logged in. So we're going to start across the horizontal bar. You see all of our destinations and for 2017, and right below at the bottom of the page are our portfolio of brands. So just to get a basic start, I'm going to click to the next slide and give you a little company overview of Pleasant Holidays. We've been in business since 1959. So, a lot of experience in the tropical destinations, Hawaii being our core destination. We're headquartered in Westlake Village, which is south of Los Angeles, with over 450 employees. So we have res staff, basically all over the West Coast, ready to take your calls. We're unique in the flexibility to customize the package, whether you're dealing with a client that may be on a budget, or if they're really doing a multi-generational milestone vacation. We do all kinds of independent travel and groups as well. So we are a tour operator wholesaler, meaning that we bundle the whole entire package for you. We have the financial stability. We're a subsidiary of a multi-million-dollar travel insurance company. We're backed by the USTOA. So, you want to be confident that you're booking with a solvent company, and that is Pleasant Holidays. So your customers can travel with confidence with us. Our portfolio brands. We are the #1 tour operator for Hawaii, and most recently we moved into the #1 slot for Tahiti, which is in the South Pacific. So doing really well with both those destinations. Journeys is our boutique brand. Journeys specializes in 4- and 5-star properties. If your customer has a little more of a sophisticated appetite for travel, they're on maybe a little more discerning about their travel, it's definitely our boutique brand, and we also call it our luxury brand as well. So if they may be wanting first class air, or a private home, or a villa, or a suite, it's definitely upscale. And then Air by Pleasant, it's an air consolidator. That's in the San Diego location when you're calling in or booking online. And we partner with over 80 airlines. So if your client already has, their accommodations for hotel or land, this is where you would go to just get your air only. You got to have something to do on vacation, so we partner with Pleasant Activities is another one of our brands, and we partner with over 2,000 different tours. So Hawaii, Mexico, Costa Rica, and then most recently in Europe we have Pleasant Activities. So just for your information, Pleasant Holidays and Journeys, when you're logging in, you can use the same login for Pleasant Holidays and Journeys, but they're separate logins for Air by Pleasant and Pleasant Activities. These are all different URL, or different websites. So I just want to be clear about that so it doesn't confuse you. You can find them all on the pleasantagent.com under partner sites. All of these will have a link for you to go to, so you don't have to remember what they're called. So this is our pleasantagent.com, and basically we have over 15,000 registered agents. Hopefully you're signed up. If you get an opportunity to do the webinars for the pleasantagent.com, that's probably the best tool that you can take away from the education today. It really informs you on how to use the booking widgets and how to find things in the Agent Resource Center. You can view all the promotions, the quote feature. We have our trip incentive program, If you want to work with any of your clients by sending them sales collateral, we have all kinds of marketing to keep not only yourself up to date on things, but also to send to your client, your partner incentives, and then our basic price match policy. If you wanted to order brochures, you wanted a couple just to have handy in your toolbox, you can definitely order brochures on the website as well. So this is kind of at the genesis. Most of you are familiar with how to, check out on most shopping sites. So, this is very similar. You create a basic username and password login, and then when you get that signed up, you want to sign me automatically in next time. Just click that little box right there. That's going to basically not have you to prompt, every time you'll be signed in. So the first step you want to do is create a new account, and then create a username and password for yourself. So it just kind of populates the information, very self-explanatory. And at the end, you can hit create account, and then you are in the system. So that also not only attaches you to Pro Travel, but it also gives you your own unique login, and your own unique login means that it's a tracking for your bookings, your reward points, and it's pretty much individualized just to you. This is the home page. This website is 2 years now. 2 years we've had this. It's an award-winning website. It's pretty easy to use, pretty self-explanatory, and it's got what I like to think all the bells and whistles, of how to book vacation packages. On the left-hand side, this is your basic view all promotions widget. So this is where you would be, making your bookings, customizing your dates, and searching for flights and hotels. Very, very Expedia-like, actually. It's a pretty easy booking portal to use. And on the middle is the landing flash page, and that just kind of shows you mostly the promotions and what's hot, those types of deals that are going there. The center is your bookings, and your bookings are everything that you've made for you, just you, and it also shows you how your color codes on the right-hand side there, what type of action steps may be needed on the booking, whether it's under deposit or if it's paid in full, and it just keeps you kind of organized and squared away. And then we go to customizable flyers. So usually I send these out, I'll do a weekly mailer to my email client base, but this also gives you an opportunity to set up your own email blasts with our top deals of the week. These come out every Thursday. And what's unique about these is you can delete and type your agency information. You can put your own call to action there. So when you forward it, your clients can say, hey, I see that you've got an exclusive Los Cabos or whatever their destination choice may be. And, it's just good marketing. You can stay apprised on all of our deals. These come out once a week. So track training. This is the webinars. Basically, your webinars, really get you up to speed with the basics. It could be, whether it's a pre-recorded webinar or, if you wanted to get a destination overview on something, if you need to brush up on Mexico or you haven't been to Tahiti, they have them loaded there. It's not only just sales skills and website functionalities, but it also shows you niche destinations and niche groups, family vacations, cruise vacations. So I remember when I started 7 years ago, basically I would try to make a goal of watching four a month. They do a really good job of just they're short, they're 35 minutes long, and it's really a good tool for yourself. So that's under agent programs in the red box, and I encourage you to take the track training whenever you get a free opportunity. So Air by Pleasant, this is our leading international air consolidator, and what this is usually a published fare where you would get a commission override on, and that's typically our domestic fares, or international fares, which can be a net rate, which would not have the price print on the ticket. So that would give you the ability to, you know, put your own markup in on that ticket, and then, you know, like sell to your clients. So we don't put any pricing on in net fares. There's a 24-hour hold option for online bookings, and we offer discounts, pretty lucrative discounts, really good international rates for first business and premium economy flights. Mileage accruals on most airlines, and, you know, basically just another reminder that that is a separate login for you. You cannot use your Pleasant agent login for that. You need to like create a unique login for Air by Pleasant. So also just another reminder that you can put the protection plan, which we'll get into a little bit later on down the road for you know, how we work those with the tours. Again, these are our tours, and these are also commissionable to you. You can make 10% commission on all of our tours. If you wanted to like sell these individually as a standalone, not having to book it with you know, your air, your package in the tour booking, you're able to do that. So, you know, say you booked with a competitor, for example, or you booked, you know, your customer already had their travel arrangements, but they want to like do some activities with you. You still have an opportunity to book these as a standalone. So it kind of makes it nice. And, you know, we also have our activity desks in destination if the client does, you know, want to go and book a Pleasant activity. So I believe there's 14 activity desks just in the Hawaiian Islands for us. So trip points, this is everybody's favorite part. So it is basically a plus pay for plus performance reward program. And this gives the travel agent a chance to see our destinations by booking our travel and earning points that they can redeem for any of our destinations that Pleasant Holidays go to. So it's 1 point for every $10 in commissionable sales. So you earn, the new earn is 25,000 in trip points to be elevated to premier tier. So that is about 250,000 in sales. But we didn't make it all about the top producers. We also made it for, you know, that person starting out, because it used to be 5,000 points to redeem. Now it's to get in the game, it's 2,500. So as you can see on every package, every cruise booking, anything that you're going to book with us in the tour program, you're going to accumulate points towards that. So 2,500 points, $187. You know, you can start booking hotel nights. Hello? Oh, that was just somebody like calling in. Excuse me. So then it really starts to add up. So when you're booking, you know, on the booking engine, you're going to get an agent copy and you'll get a client copy. The agent copy will show your trip points at the end in addition to your commission. So you also can look in your agent profile to see what the, sorry about that, the phone's going off. You can also look in your agent profile and see where your points are accumulated. So in the pending points, that will be before the booking has traveled. So once that booking travels, you can look about 24 hours after into your profile and see where those points are pending. They'll be in the active file. So it's kind of a cool thing to see how your points accumulate, and then you get up to 2 years to use trip points. So it's a nice program to have. It's a nice program to offer. So there's also an FAQ of all the ins and outs of how the program works. I encourage you to look that up on the Agent Resource Center. So this is just kind of where we are with our sales reps. I'm over in the purple states over there under Jacqueline, so I cover 2 states. And we have quite a bit of coverage, 18 full-time BDM sales teams. Our reservation agents, you know, we have both English and Spanish speaking, and a lot of them have been with us for, you know, average tenure, 7.5 years. So 2 ways to book. You can either book online, or there are some instances where you would like to talk to a res agent. You can also call in as well. You don't get dinged either way. You make your trip points whether you call in. I would just advise that it is more quicker to book online, which I guess would make sense, because people don't want to learn the website, and then they call in, and then with everybody calling, that drives up kind of the call volume. So that's where it gets frustrating for people. But definitely peak season and summer when people are traveling is when the highest call volume is. But very experienced res agents. So these are our deluxe travel document wallets. They're still provided at no charge for customers, and they'll ship out about 3 weeks. 4 weeks before your customer travels, and they're designed just to keep your customer organized with all their travel documents, their passports if they are traveling internationally. But they're nice to have, and they're pretty lightweight, so they fit pretty conveniently in their bags. We are on social media for all you Facebook chums out there. You can go to our page, and if you're setting up your own Facebook pages, you can like us on Facebook and share our offers with your clients that will feed into your feed. So we're on Pinterest, we're on Instagram, and Twitter. Protection plans. So our protection plan, we partner with TripMate. In the booking engine, it will prompt you in the booking engine whether you want to say yes or no at putting on a protection plan. So our protection plan is a cancel for any reason, whether it's if it's a covered reason, the client is going to get back their full money. So basically that means if it's a covered reason, which usually typically would mean medical reasons, and we also cover for pre-existing as well, which is big. And we also do commission protection, saying that customer, if they cancel, you're not losing your commission for doing that booking. So that's on the full protection plan. If it's a non-covered reason, however, they're still going to get a credit. A non-covered reason means I'm having a bad hair day, or I really don't want to go on vacation with this guy, that kind of thing. They're going to get a voucher from TripMate. And that will be, they can apply that to any destination that Pleasant Holidays goes to within a year. So it's it is technically a cancel for any reason, but you have to be careful about the language about the reasons. So if it's a non-covered reason, it's voucher. If it's a covered reason, they're going to get their money back, and then you get your commission protection. So there's plenty of information about how the protection plan works, but basically your change coverage is a one-time waiver of change fees per component, and then the cancel for any reason, trip cancellation, is covered reasons, highlighted there right on the left. Non-covered reasons, I changed my mind. So lots of information on the website about protection plans. Very, very valuable to have, and it's like with all insurance. It's just you really wish you put it on when you need it. So I encourage everybody to sell this on your bookings. And then this is just highlighting included with the purchase of the protection plan. So, basically your 100% commission protection for cancellation due to covered reasons. Up to $100 per person commission protection for cancellation due to non-covered reasons. So you're still going to get something. And then your booking must be paid in full at the time of cancellation. So our best price guarantee, this is our price match policy, and basically we want to see apples to apples in a price match situation. You can either send it to respricematch@pleasant.net is the email, or if you are working with one of your reservation agents, they can also work with you for price match by putting you on hold and basically working with price match to get that booking. So it's pretty simple. It's if you have a screenshot of what you're looking at, whether it's Expedia or whether it's another tour operator, we can price match that. Against another tour operator, we're not going to be taking any commission. So we'll maintain your commission against other tour operators. When we get into price matching with online portals, like Expedia and, Costco, those types of things. We will protect commission as much as we can, but just keep in mind that, we need to make money on the booking too. So we will do our best so we're not taking a loss as well. But our best price guarantee moves pretty quickly. We want you to get the booking to service that customer. We want you to get our trip points. So that's plenty of information on that as well if you want to see all the ins and outs on the Pleasant Agent Resource Center. These are just our exclusive partnerships. This is what your customer will get in the document. I myself have used SkyPark when I've flown out of San Francisco, and it's a nice perk to have. It's about $16 a day, and they can be right off airport. Parking spots, very popular nationwide as well. And then you got to have your beachwear for Canon beachwear when you're going to the Caribbean. So these are just little retail perks that we put as coupons in our itineraries. We have 3 car rental companies to choose from. Avis is pretty much with our boutique brand, Journeys, but Hertz is our exclusive with Pleasant Holidays, and then Enterprise is for our Ireland program that we started last year. So Ireland, we have about 5 different self-drive programs over there in Ireland. And so Enterprise is our car of choice. So just know that if they want to do self-drive, they don't want transfers or private transfers or shared transfers, they can also rent a car in certain locations, most of our destinations actually. Our group incentives, I've actually done some groups with Pro Travel, so this wouldn't be a first if we worked on any groups together. A group constitutes 10 or more hotel rooms. If we're going to be doing cruise cabins, it's 8 cabins. I prefer for any group requests just to come through me, but you can also send groups at pleasant.net. If they come to me, I just like to turn the lead around so we can get you quoted really fast, and I can go to the different sales agents that I know, in the company. So there's lots of great bonus commissions to make on group incentives, but group incentives mainly mean you're getting a net contract, you're blocking space, and it can be for incentive groups, your corporate groups. It can actually be a wedding if they want to go to one hotel, and that segues nicely into the wedding program. We have a wedding desk. This is our Wedding and Honeymoons new brochure for 2017. And this just kind of highlights both of the, your booking bonuses that you can get for booking a wedding, and through both of our brands, Pleasant Holidays and Journeys. So there's about 4 or 5 people that work on the wedding desk. But again, if you have a destination wedding, I can get you to the right people if you wanted to email me. So our 2017 are all in. Most of our brochures are a 2-year brochure. So we're most pleased with Europe. That one came out just recently. So if you're doing business with us, which you are, we're on automatic ship to the offices. But you can see that they, if you've seen a Pleasant Holidays brochure, they have a real nice glossy layout. The maps are really good, and the hotel profiles are set up really, from 5-star down to, budget-minded. And they really do a good job of, kind of making them concise and easy to find things. I also recently sent out, and they've got these in the Agent Resource Center, these product portfolio guides per destination. And that's a nice little PDF to have in your toolbox because you can find the resorts that we carry very, very quickly without having to go through all the widgets of the website. So I encourage you to check those out. They're pretty cool. So a little bit about our cruise vacations, because there are some opportunities for you to book a single night, a single hotel night through us. Even if we don't have the cruise, we are very popular with pre- and post-cruise vacations. These are all the ports of call that we do in the United States. And, definitely for the Caribbean there in Western Florida, the Boston, New York City area for, going over to Europe. In San Francisco, in my neck of the woods, that's Princess Cruises Land for the San Francisco departures. So, customers want to do their pre- and post hotel nights, and they can do those with Pleasant. So that just kind of gives you a snapshot of what that looks like. American Queen is our Mississippi River cruise. We also have two other ships called the Empress and the Duchess. That's in that American line on cruise, and then Norwegian Cruise Line. What are the benefits about booking cruise through us? Usually it's more commission, and then your customer is getting their onboard credit. So it's not just you know, the perks of booking the cruise for your trip points. You're usually like getting more commission to book it through the wholesaler. So, and then your client's getting that nice onboard credit too. So we try to make it beneficial to book cruises through the wholesale because we know you have a lot of options for doing business. This is our Hawaii cruise, Pride of America. And then on cruise, if they're looking for a smaller vessel, a different type of experience, those smaller ships can go into the smaller lagoon areas and really capture some different type of wildlife. On cruise, we offer Hawaii, there's Baja cruises, Central America. We've got Alaska, Norwegian and on cruise both offer Alaska cruises. So lots of information under the cruise portal in the Pleasant Agent site on all the itineraries that we do cover. So I'll kind of go quickly through these, but you can see which ones we do cover by checking out the cruise portal. And there's on cruise again. Our Caribbean cruises. Our Europe cruises, on the waterways, that's one of my favorites. I actually took a Europe cruise in 2011, saw the Christmas markets, which was fabulous. And our newest launch is the Iceland Pro Cruises. Travel to Iceland and Greenland has turned, it's probably quadrupled in the last couple of years. It's really a hot destination. People want something a little bit different, and you know, this cruise is already filling up for 2017 already. We're looking at 2018 to get rates, so very popular. Our destination overviews, you know, just to re-emphasize, when you're calling in for cruise, that is just a strictly call-in. You can't book cruises online, so just FYI on that. You can do a little bit of your research on the cruise portal, where you can see, you know, like it'll say more information on the different itineraries, and then call into the cruise desk, and those reservation agents just do the cruise portion. They're not, you know, for anything else. So this is probably I always run out of these brochures when I do consumer shows. Our United States and Canada tends to be the most popular. We've got the 3 cruise lines that I talked a little bit about, but we also offer flights on Southwest Airlines. So there's 46 cities, and we're almost up to like 300 hotels just for the United States. You know, categorically, you know, I think Americans, we have less vacation than the rest of the world. You know, we usually have 2 weeks when we start a job, so we're very fond of our long weekends and our 5-day getaways. So I think that's a nice reason why United States have done pretty well. You know, also for those short trips, and then sometimes people want to stay closer to home with everything going on in the world. That's also another popular trait. This is highlights, you know, the dark shaded ones where we do actually have hotels. You can see down there in Louisiana and New Orleans, that's where American Queen sails. That's where they can get their pre and post hotel nights. So they can check out the French Quarter in New Orleans and then take the Mississippi River cruise all the way up to St. Paul and do their little stops on the way. So you can see it's heavily entrenched on the West Coast in terms of what we carry, but you know, we do you know, Universal in Florida, we do Legoland in California, so there's definitely an abundance of family activities to like add to your USA Cities package. And don't forget, you can book Southwest Airlines as well with us. That's available by the call center. So Canada, not too much to offer in Canada as of yet, but we're getting there. You know, it's mainly for the cruises of Alaska and, you know, sailing through there. But we're also wanting to get into the ski market there too, but, you know, eventually. So our core destination, just to reiterate, we are the largest tour operator. We have the 6 islands. I hope most of you on today have at least been to a few of them. Sometimes your clients will already have, I don't know if it's a timeshare or they do VRBO, or maybe they're blessed to stay with a friend. And we offer commission on fly drives if they don't need a hotel, and paying like 15% on that. So that's a pretty long-standing promotion that we offer. Again, we have the 2 cruise lines in Hawaii, and you need a car when you're traveling in the islands, so we partner with Hertz, and that's available on all of our islands over there. And we have 14 activity desks. So if you don't pre-book before, your client can actually book when they get in destination too. But again, this just gives you an overview of where the islands are. Typically, most people go to Oahu and Maui as a first choice, and then branch out for a second trip to Hawaii by doing either the Big Island or Kauai. They're all very characteristically different, and that's why I love selling the islands, because no experience is the same. Every time you go back, you get a different experience. So our French Polynesia, Tahiti, Fiji, and the Cook Islands, we can get your customers on nonstop flights from Los Angeles on Air Tahiti Nui. We have great contract rates. There's 11 islands and 3 archipelagos, 33 hotels. And then, the best way I would sell Tahiti or Fiji or the Cook Islands is to really split that destination experience up with, maybe a couple of nights of hotel. You could do a cruise, like sail through the Marquesas Islands on Aranui 5, or Paul Gauguin, which is the only all-inclusive Tahiti experience. Tahiti is not much of an all-inclusive destination, and the best advice I can give you in booking a Tahiti package is really ask Pleasant about our meal plans, because food is very costly over there. So we have a lot of hotels where you can get breakfast and dinner plan. And then they're only on their own for lunch, and they're going to really thank you for that, trust me. Also, basically, they want to group their hotels. Like if they're going to Moorea and Bora Bora, it's very beneficial cost-wise, discount-wise, to group like the Hilton, Intercontinental. They'll be able to get the discounts, and we package by grouping the islands for multi-destinations. So two good bits of advice there for booking Tahiti, and I've seen in my experience. But everybody wants to experience that overwater bungalow. And it is really a wonderful experience. Right now we have a $50 booking bonus in celebration of 50 years for the Overwater Bungalow that we just put in effect. So that's a very popular, nice cash promotion we've got going right now. So if you book an Overwater Bungalow, you're going to get $50 cash bonus for it. So it's nice. This is just the atolls and the different archipelagos. Society Islands is the biggest area, but people do go up to the Marquesas, Huahine, and I've been to Bora Bora and Moorea, but typically people fly into Papeete. That's where most of the cruise lines are. And typically people will do their 1 or 2 nights before they catch their Air Tahiti out of Papeete back to the mainland. So we have great San Francisco seasonal nonstops now for Fiji. Fiji is one of my favorite destinations. It's a little bit longer than Tahiti to get there. But the people are really warm and friendly, and it's just very chilled out. It's a mellow experience there, and they've got a lot to offer. So our nonstops going from San Francisco, we had pretty full load factors last year, but they, again, you want to group a couple of nights in Denarau, which is your main area of Fiji, maybe put them on a cruise. Blue Lagoon and Captain Cook's do 4-day itineraries, so if they're doing 10 days in Fiji, you really want to try to split that up And any of your like res agents at Pleasant can like give you great suggestions, or your BDM, whatever location you're at. So Cook Islands, nonstop flights from Los Angeles. It's about 9 hours. We got 2 islands, so not as many hotels there, but you know, definitely another beautiful place in the South Pacific to send your clients to. And there are also meal plans, you know, with your hotel options, which, you know, makes it, you know, they don't have to like be thinking about where they're going to get their food. So that's nice to like offer in with an inclusive price. This is what the Cook Islands in relation to Fiji look like on the map. So not too far apart. Mexico, probably my number 2 favorite to Fiji. I love Mexico for 2 things. It's powder beaches, and it's all-inclusive. All-inclusive is great because they're getting that price up front and not a lot of like add-ons, you know, after the fact when they get in destination. So it's our number 1 location for destination weddings. And, you know, the client can have an uncruised vacation if they want to take a cruise. In Cancun or Riviera Maya, they can certainly do a self-drive and drive around. But also there are commissionable activities for you. I recommend Explorer if they want to get their zip line on. That's in the Cancun area. And then another theme park called Ichkarat, which just has, you know, basically everything that they want to do in Mexico in the outdoors. They have the underwater cenotes, and then they have like kind of an inside, you know, history show, you know, with horses and celebrating early Mexicana. You know, it's just quite a nice thing to see. So that's available through Pleasant Activities that you can sell for your client. This shows you our destinations in red. Cancun's probably our better seller, but with Cabo over there on the left, on the Pacific side, you know, that's definitely restored after the hurricane from 3 years ago. So a lot of new builds, and it's very quick to get to. Again, you know, those like nice long weekends where you can go to Cabo for the 4 days. Central America, we've got Belize for the scuba divers, Costa Rica for the wildlife people, Nicaragua for colonial, and then everybody wants to see Panama because the Panama Canal is like open. So lots of things in diverse type of appetite for Central America in our destination overview. Our guided vacations. Costa Rica has 2 guided vacations, like escorted vacations that you can offer your clients, and 2 cruise lines, Windstar and Uncruise. Again, the multifaceted itinerary. These are our itineraries for our guided. These are guaranteed departures. You know, sometimes you'll book an escorted tour, and then because there wasn't like 10 number of clients, the tour wouldn't go. So that would be frustrating to people. So this is a guaranteed departure. So that's going to depart if there's one person. Hopefully they don't have to be solo and they're going with others, but we do want to emphasize that there's no minimum of number of travelers. It departs every other Saturday. This is a great value package for single people that might, you know, want to go and meet other people. You know, they don't want to be like isolated, but they can also go with a group. So average group's about 10, and Central America Tours, you know, basically is our ground operator over there. And I've taken the tour. It's wonderful. This shows you what Belize and, you know, and Nicaragua and Costa Rica, Panama, in terms of the proximity of how Central America looks. So a nice little map. And then moving on to the Caribbean. 32 islands now. This actually is an outdated slide, but we have 257 hotels. Again, the 2 cruises. We have all the cruise that we offer in each destination overview. So at the beginning of any of our brochures, you can kind of see, you know, what cruises that we open up with in the table of contents. In addition to activities and then your protection plan, anything interesting about that destination that kind of opens up the brochure. So this is our #2 location for destination weddings. So you can see an overview of what the Caribbean looks like. I would say our most popular are the Bahamas for its close proximity from the United States. Turks and Caicos, we have one of our better resort sellers as beaches, Turks and Caicos. It's great for families. It's also a great diving place. Jamaica is a little bit more if your client wants to visit the Sandals property, if they're doing honeymoons. There's 5 or 6 Sandals properties on Jamaica. And in addition, they also got, the nice nightlife in Jamaica. So there's lots to do for nightlife. Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic has, a lot of all-inclusive options. And, those are probably the most popular ones. But Aruba is picking up. St. Lucia is also actually picking up, too, for honeymooners. So, we're getting around to, booking a lot of Caribbean from the West Coast. Europe, our brand new Europe brochure came out. We're actually not kind of the first tour operator that you think of in the food chain for Europe, but we are getting there. We got 50 cities and 17 countries. You can book a whole entire package for Europe with us just like you would with Hawaii. It's not like you have to split the air. You book air separately. You can book your air, your car, if they want to do transfers or private transfers, shared transfers, or if they want to do drive their own car. I mentioned that that we partner with Enterprise. They can get a car over in Ireland. And then again, highlighted there, you can see our 4 cruise lines. So we also do rail tickets on Eurostar and Trenitalia. Now these are the major rail station craft. They're not like the point-to-point rail stations, so we don't sell those tickets. But these, like the Eurostar, just separate the English and the France, the channel over there. So I've been on it a long, long time ago when it was brand new. And then, as I mentioned, Enterprise for rent-a-car. Most of our Europe resorts, hotels come with daily breakfast. And they also have, amenities that also come with, besides breakfast, that you want to watch out for. I have not seen this low airfare in years and years. So we're seeing airfare come in low, as in $600, $500 return, basically with taxes inclusive, which is, just like getting a Mexico or a Hawaii ticket now. So it's a good time to sell Europe cost-wise. This just shows you an overview of where we are in Europe. So I encourage you to pick up that brochure. So, and we just had an Air Tahiti Nui sale for 4 nights going into Paris that just ended for $619 return, all inclusive with tax inclusive. So pretty good to watch our flash sales, those last minutes. They have a very short booking window, but it's good to watch your email on the Europe stuff. And that is about all the time I have today. This just gives you information on where your sales support is, where you're booking at thepleasantagent.com. And I got a couple of questions on the line. It looks like, can we book all Caribbean trips also on VAX? We have participated in VAX. I believe that we are not going to be participating anymore just because we, we want to use Pleasant Agent as much as we can, and we didn't, we don't belong to all the portals on VAX. So I guess it was determined that we wanted to basically push our Pleasant Agent and use that as our booking device. Largely because we're also on Hotel Solutions Booking Information, which is a direct connectivity. And that's more valued at this point for our purposes in business. So it's a pretty darn good booking engine. I think it has a lot to offer, but at this time I think we're going to be opting out of VAX.
Great. Okay. Thank you so much, Jackie. We have another question also in the chat from Mike. He said, can we register directly or through PTN?
So you want to use the, I believe you want to use the CLIA number. So I'll go back to where that was just to give you a refresh because it's a lot of information.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're signing up, you go, it'll say travel agent sign in at the top of the page.
And
Like
it's
here.
Pleasant Agent, right? I'm going to put
Yeah.
it in the chat. pleasantagent.com. And it's a
Yeah.
self-register.
Yeah. So and then you go to create new account, and then it will populate. You'll put your information in, and then the CLIA number, and then your username, and then create account. And then when you go back over to that page, you'll hit your username and password, and then you'll hit sign me in. So every time you log into Pleasant Agent, it won't like ask you for your username and password anymore. So
Okay.
you'll be in. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Great. One less thing for
Great.
me to do.
Yeah. If
The
you guys
next
need any help, let me know. We also have net support. I mean, there's the contact net support desk. And they're really awesome there. They're very techy, and they can pretty much get you pointed in the right direction.
That's great. We have another question in the chat from Maria
Okay.
Leach. She wants to know if you guys offer Dubai. She did not see it on the destinations list.
We don't offer it through the Pleasant product, and I didn't have enough time to go over the Journey stuff today, but maybe that can be for another webinar. We offer it with Journeys. So if you go, basically I think at the end of this, it'll say journeys.com. It'll show you the partner sites. So if you pull that up, you're going to see, if you go to journeys.com, you'll be able to see Dubai. And our partner airline is Emirates. So I know a few of the BDMs just got to go on a FAM there, so I was pretty jealous. That's definitely my bucket. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you. That's great. We'll definitely book you for another webinar with
Yeah, maybe
us.
we can do the journey
And
stuff next time.
let me unmute everybody. All right, everyone is unmuted. If any of you have any questions, feel free to ask questions now.
For the people that couldn't see this tonight that were working, will this be repeated for tomorrow?
Yes, it will be posted in the Pro Travel Network back office. It won't be posted tomorrow. It'll be posted on Tuesday.
Okay, on Tuesday for this call that
Correct. This call and any of the other past calls are all being uploaded on Tuesday.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you can also, like I said, go to the track training to see all the, if you wanted to do, I would encourage you guys to do pleasantagent.com and the track training, because that's going to just get you up to speed with how to book our packages. And then you can kind of work from the inside out and then do a destination webinar. Like I said, I did 4 or 5 a month when I first started, and it really helped me.
Great.
So do I have any DMC companies you work with in Europe that offers any private or guided tours? We do, on the Journey side, offer, private and guided tours, like if they wanted to do a self-drive, kind of like a private guide drive tour, and then that's usually with Journeys. None come to mind definitively who we use, but I believe they're different type of DMC companies. We have a product director in Italy that actually just works just on the Europe product, and that's how we kind of network.
Can you repeat the phone number, please, for Pleasant Agent?
It's pleasantagent.com, or do you want reservations?
.com. For pleasantagent.com.
So do you see that on the screen? It's right there under World of Pleasant. Pleasant Agent, have a pleasant day, Pleasant Agent.
Right. But is there a phone number that goes with that?
Basically your reservations at the top. So I believe our reservation number is, I don't have it by heart because I'm always using my own personal lines. But when you log into the website,
okay,
it'll have, basically our reservations line. There's a couple of them. There's customer support, and then there's a res agent list.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I had a question. The Clio number, what number is that?
Clea, I have to switch screens. I don't have yours by heart. You probably want to ask Jessica on that.
What was the question again?
They want the CLIA number to be able to like sign up for a login.
Oh, okay. The CLIA number is in your back office. We don't give it on the webinars. If you could go into your back office, you'll see it right in the center when you first log in.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? It is 5:56.
Also, could we book from like, Las Vegas or different places like that, or just international y'all do?
No, we have a whole USA program, and Las Vegas is very popular. Yeah, Las Vegas and New York are leading kind of our destinations for USA. So once you get into the booking portal, that will come up as a selection. So once you get into, it'll come up as USA Continental. USA, and then you'll start building a package by wherever it is, Las Vegas Airport. But you can book a whole package for Las Vegas.
Oh,
That's great.
okay, great.
Any other questions?
Yes, with the Las Vegas, can we get a resort?
I'm sorry? Get a resort?
Yeah, can we book resorts in Las Vegas?
Well, yeah, I mean, everything that I do for hotel or resorts, you can.
Great. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jacqueline. We definitely learned a lot, and we appreciate you taking the time to do this for us. If anybody else have any questions, feel free to contact Jacqueline, or you can contact me, or even their customer service numbers. I'll make sure that the back office does have the correct information. I just like to double check all the time. And the next webinar will not be until March 2nd. And I'll definitely let you know a week before who the supplier will be. Don't forget that in March we will have 3 webinars that month, only because there is 3 Thursdays that I get to do it. So much fun. So Jacqueline, thank you once again, and everybody have an amazing weekend. Don't forget we are closed Monday. So we will, if we need to speak about anything, you have tomorrow, and then just give us a call on Tuesday, okay?
Okay, thanks everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.